Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome back. This is KVSF 101.5. It's the voice of Santa Fe. This show is called Calling All Vets, Calling All Vets. What we try to do is bring information and sources of information for all veterans to our community. It is my great pleasure and my privilege to welcome to our studios today Mr. Gus Martinez. Now, I need to tell you a tiny bit about Mr. Martinez because he is the assessor of Santa Fe County. So when you get a tax bill, it's going to have his name on it and say, welcome, pay up right now. That's what it's about. That's not what it's about. What we're talking about with Mr. Martinez is veterans exemptions and some of those things. So, Mr. Martinez, thank you so much for coming in today. I appreciate it. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
So talk about a bit about the variety of exemptions that a veteran can file for.
Okay, so our office provides a couple of different exemptions. There is the veterans exemption, which is a $4,000 off your total assessed value.
Okay.
And that is issued by the Veterans Commission, and it is a green certificate that you would get from the Veterans Commission, and then you would bring it to our office and we apply it to your property. So if you want the whole $4,000 to go to your property, then we would assign it to that account number. Also, you have the option to put half on your motor vehicle tags and that, and then half on your property there.
Okay.
And then also there is 100% disabled, which is a yellow certificate that you get from the Veterans Commission,
right.
And that is you'll be able to not pay taxes on your property, and so that has to be on your primary home.
On your primary residence.
Yes.
So let me make sure that I understand this. I want to walk you or you walk me through this process. If you're an honorably discharged veteran, that's the first criteria. Mm-hmm. Number two, then you file that appropriate paperwork with the Department of Veteran Services, and they provide a piece of paper, correct?
Yes, it's a green certificate and a yellow certificate.
And then the veteran takes that certificate down to the county recorder's office.
Yes, no, county assessor's office.
County assessor's office,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is it recorded?
No, what we do is we make a copy for ourselves, and
Okay.
we put what account number that property, the exemption belongs on,
Okay.
and then we give the original back to the property owner, and then we will file the copy part in our office. So once you apply, you don't have to reapply again unless you sell your home, and then you have to reapply on your new property.
Okay. So if you file for that exemption once, then you only have to do that once as long as you maintain or you own that property, correct?
Correct.
So now we're talking about $4,000. That's $4,000 off the valuation, correct?
Off of the total assessed value, yes.
All right. So the assessed value, just for round numbers, would be, let's say, $100,000. Mm-hmm. That would make then the assessed value drop down to $96,000.
Exactly.
So, in the great scheme of things, would that mean $20 a year, $100 a year, $50 a year? Roughly, air number.
So it depends on the tax rate, whatever the tax rate's in the city or in the county, or if you are applying it to a commercial property that's in your name. So it can range anywhere from about $32 and up off of your total, off your tax part.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, I really want to make this point that Mr. Martinez will be happy to provide this service if you ask for it. If you're a veteran and if you have not filed for your veteran's tax exemption, they're going to work on a new process that we talked about off the air. However, I guarantee you will not get the exemption unless you ask for it. You have to do a little bit of footwork. Is that correct?
That's correct, and it also goes to a widow or a widower. So if they've served in armed forces, then they can actually apply too. If their husband has passed away or their wife's passed away, and
surviving spouse.
Exactly, surviving spouse. So they can actually apply for that, and even if they're no longer here, so they can go to the Veterans Commission, take the DD 214, and bring it to our office, and we can apply it to their property.
Okay, so let's just go back to a little bit of an air number at the moment. So, because our first guest was Dr. Alan Olson, and what I find this somewhat interesting but not unusual, that he is a post-World War II veteran. He's in his mid-80s, and he just found out about the veterans tax exemption today here at the studio. So for the last, pick a number, 50 years, he's never filed for that tax exemption. Now, that number overall could be $5,000, $10,000 over that course of that 50 years. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So it's not something that he gave up, but he was not able to use. Is that correct?
Exactly. So,
right.
And you can only use it for when you apply going forward. So we can't retroactive the exemption back for the years that he didn't apply for it.
Okay.
So that's very important that you veterans out there come to our office, come speak with me, and we'll get the ball rolling with you guys. And if you guys don't know the process, you can call our office and be willing to let you know exactly where you need to go. We have a map where the Veterans Commission is, who you need to talk to, and then a step-by-step process of what we need from you, and then you can come to our office and get it done.
Oh, folks, this is not a difficult thing to do. I've been able to do this, and I'm very pleased about it. What I also want to know is that I really want, please understand that the main number at the New Mexico Department of Veteran Services is 827-6300, 827-6300. That is the number where you start this whole process. Would you like to give out your office number?
Yes, you can call our office if you want more information. How to apply, what you need is 986-6300 is the main line. And if you want to talk to me directly, my line is 986-6395.
6395.
That's my direct line to my office.
So what we're trying to do, this is the point I would make to any veteran or the veteran's family is that this is an additional benefit that's been granted by the state of New Mexico. Is that correct?
That is correct, through legislation, yes.
So it's been legislated. Folks, if you don't file for it, I guarantee you will not get it. However, this is something that you've earned. The state recognizes it. The counties recognizes it. And it's a benefit to you if you file for it. This could be significant over 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 years. It could be very interesting. So thank you, Gus. I really appreciate it. Anything else that you were talking about the programs?
Yeah, so we're looking at doing an outreach probably sometime in October for a veterans outreach, so that you can come to a central location and be able to come and apply, and we'll have staff there to assist you, to help you fill out the information and give you the information that you need to apply. So and then you can apply all through the year, but we can only give it for the year forward. So it'd be for the 2016 tax year, and the last day to apply for that would be the last day of the notice of value. So if we send notice of value April 1st, the last day to apply for that veterans to get it on for 16 would be May 1st. And
okay.
so we're going to try and do a better job in that office to target you veterans out there and find out who you are and send you information so that you have that information to come and apply for those exemptions that are available to you.
Well, folks, I want you to know that we'll stay on top of this. We'll give you information and where this outreach program can be. You can get this information at the Department of Veteran Services here in Santa Fe at the Baton Building. You can get information about this at Grant Avenue. That's where your office is.
Yes, 102 Grant Avenue.
Okay.
And so, I just want to thank all the veterans out there for the service to our country and, what they do for us. I know sometimes we forget about, we live our everyday lives and forget about the people out there that serve for us. And I just want to thank all the veterans. I have a father-in-law that served in Vietnam and some uncles that served in Vietnam. So we want to thank all of them.
You really make me feel old. Oh, so gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen in our audience, this is one of the benefits of being a veteran in the state of New Mexico. There's a significant property tax exemption. If you have a disability, it gets even better. But to start this process, you need to talk to Gus Martinez. He is the county assessor for Santa Fe County. The main number for him is 986-6300. His extension is 6395. You can get the paperwork at the Department of Veterans Services at 827-6300 there at the Baton Building here in Santa Fe.
And one more thing is that on the notice of value, when you receive it in 2016, which we will probably send it April 1st, look on your notice of value, and it'll tell you if you have a veteran's exemption, and if you're kind of wondering if you have it or not, it'll have it on your notice of value. By chance, if you're a veteran and you don't have it, please come to our office.
Excellent. So this is KVSF. This is 101.5. This is the voice of Santa Fe. This is one of the benefits. This is some of the information that we try to pass on to all our veterans and their families in our community. We'll be right back. I have got a next guest. It's just going to be a great guy. I want to talk to you guys about it. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Thank you.